Hello, and welcome back to Pwnery's Penny Arcade in the next 30, episode 3 of Call of Saregnar, the demo. So, we pick up where I left you last. I'm at the old woman's house, the one that we were warned not to go to because the lady's crazy. And, apparently she has magic in her of some sort, because our magician was a bit nervous. And yet, she knew exactly what or who we are. So, let's go inside and see where this takes us. She called us an Asmani. Hewan was intrigued, but did not move. Of what old ways are you speaking of? He finally asked. Come, let us talk inside, the woman insisted, gesturing them to enter. She opened the door just wide enough to let the boys slip in. Then she hurriedly closed it and secured the latch. Damn. We just walked into the van, and she just, locked us in. Too many nosy people out there, you see, all wanting to know too much for their own good. It took a few moments for their eyes to adjust to the dim light of the house, so when the darkness subsided, they found themselves standing in a room stuffed with trinkets of all kinds, weirdly shaped sticks and bones, stones of different colors and patterns, clay pots and hanging herbs. A number of rushlights did little to illuminate the doomy gloom. The gloomy room. I don't know where I keep him. I'm getting tongue-tied. Sorry. It was Hewan who spoke first. You mentioned the Asmani. I don't think I'm familiar with the term. The woman added some twigs to the almost dying fire and poked at the embers until a small flame burst into life. They don't teach Arnaya and Dara anymore? She asked. Hewan replied, They do, and wondered if this strange woman had the power to read minds. He knew the talent existed, but only a few mages had it, which made the woman an object of fascination in Hewan's eyes. Doesn't matter. Asmani is an old word for these who practice magic. Did you study at the university too? Hewan ventured, but the woman snorted, shaking her head in reply. I wasn't born into nobility like you were. You seem to know a lot about me. You've been mind-reading. This time the woman laughed a rich laugh, to which the tiny flame in the fire pit whooshed to life. No, although I admit, that would be a nice gift to possess. I simply know who you are, Hewan Teomar, son of Renita. And you, she turned at Sam, I feel like I should know you. We came because we need a healer, Hewan interjected. The woman raised one eyebrow in question. And what makes you believe I am one? Sam blurted. Because you're a witch, aren't you? The woman's gaze narrowed, studying them both for a long moment, and said, What do you need? Hewan recounted the details about the feverish man. Then she prodded him for additional details. After she was satisfied, she walked to the back of the house and rummaged through a shelf laden with pouches and earthen jars. I may be able to help, but I require balamane, ormanes, and harigo root. Hewan shuffled his weight from one foot to the other. Those are hard to find. You don't say, the witch snorted. I may be a witch, but I can't just wish them into existence. Give me those herbs and I'll see what I can do. Wow. The witch says she can prepare a cure for the feverish farmer, but she needs balamane, ormanes, and harigo root. 3 fairly rare and expensive herbs. Where the hell am I going to get those? Well, if you remember, you've already got, a hookup in the form of a babe that apparently likes you at the temple we passed. So let's go head over there and have a word with her, shall we? Because time is of the essence. Yeah, it's getting dark too. And yes, the braziers actually do throw light, as you can see, even from a distance. It's kind of cool. Very nice effect. And it's still raining too. Okay, he has nothing new to say, they have nothing new to say, she has some hi baba. Blessings, Hewan. Did you need anything else? Yes, Linne, I need some lots of something else. Healing herbs. Keep your mind out of the gutter. I know this may sound a bit far-fetched, but we're desperate to find a number of very specific herbs to treat a feverish man. I mean, I know you have Ormanis, but we also require Balamane and Harigo root. Hoalia must favor you, because I carry all three on my person, but I must ask you, is that man in dire need? Let's just say he's got 1 foot freezing in Alden Hale's snowy halls already. Without hesitation, Linne reached for the bundle of Ormanis and snipped a few buds off the ends. Then she reached into her bag and purposefully picked out 2 small pouches supposedly containing the remaining herbs. Here, take these and don't delay. You can pay for them when you visit me in Ergondon, alright? Thank you, Linne. May the gods favor you. She doesn't want God's favor, bro. She wants some Hewan favor. Just saying. Man, you got 2 hookups already. A baker and a freaking herbalist. Linne, an herbalist we met at the Temple of Romar, gifted us the herbs required to heal Hans. We should take them to the witch. Notice the woman never called herself a witch. Well, I guess she did call herself a witch at the end. So it's dark, and it's raining. We'll just make an all-nighter out of it. It's not like the witch goes to sleep anyway. We have the herbs you asked for, Hewan said, producing 3 pouches out of his backpack. Good, she replied simply, took the herbs and disappeared into the back of the room. A moment later, she returned with a very short, triangular, 3-legged stool, which she placed in the center of the room. She took a pinch of the contents from each pouch, ground it into a mortar, each time whispering some form of Arnaic incantation. Hewan had trouble understanding. She poured each powdered herb into its own little stone cup, which she placed in the corners of the stool. When that was done, she took a stone that resembled a snake head and circled it around the stool 3 times, uttering further incantations. Lastly, she poured the contents of each stone cup into another pouch and handed it to Hewan. It's done. Have Hans wear the pouch around his neck until the night Sulani lies dark in the sky. Saluni, sorry. The witch said, I'll have the remaining herbs as payment. Hewan wondered how she knew the man's name, but decided not to ask. Thank you, He began, but the witch extended her arm towards the door. Good night to you, boys, she said, leading him out. Excuse me, while I have other things to attend to. Well, we got what we needed out of her. The witch prepared an herb powder, a charm, to help the feverish farmer down south. We should take it to his wife as soon as possible. Let's hope she didn't just trick us to get those herbs. Yeah, I don't want to have to come back and murder a witch. In her own house. Much to the satisfaction of the neighbor, I suspect. So we're going to run all night. Because it's raining. It sucks to be in the rain. At night. In the dark. There's wild animals about. I like how the rain kind of falls in an arc, too. Like if you look up at it, you can see the different shapes of it. Oh, it's morning. We pulled an all-nighter. I love how you can still see the bodies out there in the field. Like, I'm not gonna touch those. Nope. Probably start to stink. And we're running. Fine. I'll just rest for an hour. Hopefully that's enough to keep him quiet. Okay, house off the beaten path. Right about here. Oh yeah, manure pile. They even took the time to put in flies, as you can see. Details. Love it. They knocked, pushed the door open, and stepped inside. Hans was still lying on the pallet, his breath now ragged and his skin pale. His wife looked past him, saying, "Did you bring a healer?" Her hopeful expression clouded over when she saw that they came alone. "We brought this." Hewan took a pouch from within his backpack, tied it with a leather cord, and handed it to her. Repeating the witch's instructions, have him wear this around his neck until the light salooni lies dark in the sky. She stared at the pouch in her hand and looked up at Hewan, saying, "But will it work? Who gave you this?" "A healer," he replied simply, then added, "Try to have faith and do as I told you." As soon as the woman did so, the man miraculously opened his eyes, his visage turning to a healthier color. The woman gasped in surprise, and she hugged her husband fiercely. "Branner, see you!" she exclaimed excitedly. Hewan took a deep breath in relief, as did Sam, who incredulously witnessed the amazing recovery that had happened right before him. "The gods are indeed on your side, boys," she said, tears of joy flowing down her cheeks. "Please stay a while. I'll give you a small parcel of silver and prepare some rations for the road. It's the least I can do to help us." So, let's look what she gave us. A lot of food. Alright, so you need 10 of these. So now we're 19 and 19. Good. That's a lot of food. And she paid us pretty well, too. Hans the farmer miraculously recovered just instants after giving him the powder the witch prepared. I only wish I knew how to prepare such a powerful healing charm. Wow. Oh, we need more rest. Fine. Let's just do it a full day. Oh man. Okay, good. Clear. Alright, you've rested. You have no excuses now. South! That was the beaten path to the farm. This is a beaten path to what? Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, we have a tent, a burned out campfire. Tent seems unoccupied. Shall we take a peek inside? Yes. The inside was damp and smelled musty, its owner probably long gone. Still, he searched inside in hope of uncovering something of interest. Check the food. Spoiled. See? Just like Krondor. Hewan examined this pack of rations. While parts of its contents were still edible, the dried fruit was now moldy and the fish smelled terribly. He thought better than eating this. Always check the food. Take the money. Let's take the note. Let's read the note. The locals are all taciturn about the cave's whereabouts, but I've found it anyway. I've cleared the brush surrounding the entrance and took a quick look inside. Sadly, I only have a few torches with me, and those damn fools in Romar won't sell me any, so I won't be venturing anywhere deep. Running out of light in there would be a death sentence. Okay. Well, looks like he did the bitch work for us. So let's go check this cave out, shall we? Yes, we'll have a inside. It's quite dark in here. Now, I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do this for the sake of keeping it real. So we're going to light the torch by double-clicking it. And now it's a little brighter in here. But like I said, this demo actually gives you a little taste of everything for this game. So, we've got this cave. It was dark. We lit a torch. And, you can't map the inside of caves. But I suspect, like, when the game goes live and full, there'll be, like, enemies and stuff inside that you can sneak up on and attack or whatever, or be jumped by. But for now, they're just showing you, hey, this is a cave, this is what it's going to look like, this is how it works. These rocks are solid. Uh-oh. What do we got here? Look, he's moving with us. That's just the weirdest thing. Anyway, let's check him out. Oh look, more food. Spoiled. But he ran out of torches. Thanks for the money, bro. Payday! You just rest there. So this is to water, which we can't do anything with. There's this little entrance over here. Huh. Now, I remember a cave like this in Skyrim. Did that just... No fire? Fire. Okay. An ethereal voice reverberated in the chamber. Tios mani kalani sieti postrinjam besti dumai. Urging Sam to put the knife he produced away, Hewan bowed in front of the shrine and signaled to his friend to do the same. Besti mene, Hewan whispered, then lightly placed his index and middle finger on his forehead. Sam awkwardly mimicked the motion. Bear 2 gifts for you, Osmani, the voice said in the common tongue. Then after a moment of silence it spoke again. Faith and devotion is commendable, so I bind to you and grant you my eternal favor. While you may not realize it yet, your need of me shall be great. We will meet again. Just as soon as it came, the voice echoed into nothingness. Hugh, what? Who was that? Closing his eyes, Hewan took a deep breath and held it in. He let the newfound channel to the god of magic seep intoxicating power into his being. He drew it in, drank from it, made it a part of him, until the flow stopped and the balance was reached on both ends. Silmianus was his, and he was Silmianus's. At last he realized that breath and uttered a short prayer. Silmianus, bestihime, iasti asmentpte, I guess. Silmianus, you're talking weird again. The gods rarely come through this clearly outside of dreams, especially to those not versed in magic. You should be honored for this visit. Don't look at me like that, Hugh. You know godly affairs make me uncomfortable. On top of that, I have no idea what just happened, so you better explain. What just happened is that Silmianus, the god of magic, has addressed me, addressed us, and for some reason, he has granted me his eternal favor, and I can channel spells through him now. So I imagine that's one gift. What about the other one? The lack of respect for the gods will be your end, friend. One day, perhaps. At least now, I know I can stay clear of big holes in the ground. Can we go now? What's your hurry? Let's have a look around first. Right. This is extraordinary. While exploring a natural cave near Romar, we discovered an ancient shrine dedicated to Silmianus, the god of magic himself. He spoke to me, to us, and he granted me his favor. Touch it. The flame shone in a natural light. Hewan examined the brazier and the strange heatless flame. An illusion, he said, as he passed his hand right through it. Cool. Haha! The chest was gilded and ornate, the wooden parts uncorrupted by the elements. Do we open it? Hewan asked, licking his lips nervously. Yes. What is this? Spell scroll, Mind Light. Hewan examined the magical scroll with care. The thick, coarse parchment was tied with a colorful ribbon held in place by a silver seal, into which the single word was written, Mind Light. Well, this is your item. Double click. Hewan untied the colored ribbon from the scroll and began to read. The incantation was rather complex, but eventually he committed the spell to memory. As if acknowledging his newfound knowledge, a cool flame engulfed the scroll, turning it to ash. Hewan learned the Mind Light spell. So it even does the spells like Krondor, where they go up into flames. Empty. So I guess that's the two blessings bestowed upon us. And we're more or less done with the cave, so let's get the hell out of here. Thanks, bro. This passage leads out of the cave. Are you ready to leave? But yeah, there's nothing else here. And our torch is still burning. But it doesn't say how long it will stay burning for. Doesn't matter. Onward! Ooh, there's a dude there. See that? Random encounter. There's our new spell. A single enemy stood in the distance. While very unsure of his observations, he still believed they'd be facing a somewhat skilled opponent. Let's be swift about it and surprise him. This should be over soon. His back is turned. Damn it, he turned around. That sucks. Alright, you're gonna go back here. You're gonna go here. In my first playthrough, I actually got to sneak up on him, which was nice. Let's just set this... I was gonna use profanity. Let's just set this guy on fire. Maybe we'll do it twice. Man, that guy's really good at dodging. Okay, he's so weakened he can't attack now. There he goes. Just moments before, the enemy was trying to kill him, and now that same enemy lay at his feet. He imagined the man to raise and grab at him, or cry out another "come on." But silence pervaded the battlefield. Today, he won the fight. We took boots to ass. Well, what do you got, bro? Armor. It's in pretty bad shape, though. Well, even armor in bad shape is better than no armor at all, right? Bang. Standard soldier armor. Okay. And we got some food. It's all good. I think we're equal on rations, 18 and 18. Yeah. So we have to split this sort of unevenly. 4 and 3. It's fine. Let's see what you left at your tent, bro. Tent smelled badly. Sam searched through the contents with disgust and gave up after a minute. There's nothing in here. Well, there's something in here. I sit up high, I shine with the best. Wars have been fought to decide where I rest. Through bloodlines I travel, though move I do rarely. Heavy I weigh upon those who wear me. That sounds like a crown? Oop, I need that O. Oh, you can roll it backwards with the right key. Money. Sold. Thanks, bro. Let's continue onward, shall we? I think I'm starting to reach uncharted territory. Let me check my journal. Yeah, we did everything else. Okay, so we're starting to enter the realm of where I left off in my original playthrough last night. So I'm not going to run, just because I'm curious, you know, about random encounters. And let's check out the beaten path. Oh yeah, I did do this part. Okay. So, Let's see what we got up here. This place looks like a wreck. Walk around this for a second. See if there's anything waiting. Ah-ha-ha! Hello. Hello. Everyone stares at me in the morning, although I stare back, I see nothing of thee. Similar we are when you gaze upon me. Be with me too long, and you'll end up lonely. Mirror? Yeah. Payday! Sounds like the fox hunt began in my living room. Well, I got a feeling we're being watched. Yes, in a way. This was a temple once. A holy presence dwells within these ruins, but it's faint. Like a god? Yes. If the temple wasn't desecrated, but was simply abandoned, a god would still reside here. His influence, however, would have diminished substantially if those who prayed for him left. So what he's saying is, the worst thing that can happen to you is to be forgotten. Give me a moment. Hewan knelt on the marble floor and closed his eyes in concentration. After nearly an hour of Sam pacing back and forth, Hewan stood up, shaking his head. You call that a moment? What were you doing anyway? I tried to contact him, but his mind is so chaotic, I was constantly losing hold. Perhaps if I stayed here for a day or two, I might get a better understanding of his nature. To what end? I believe he's seeking help, but I can't figure out what he wants. If I could help him, we might get a favor in return. What do you say? Do we make camp? So I need you to be John Edward. Okay. Feels like a waste of time to me, but I'm sure you know what you're doing, Hugh. I'll go pitch my tent. 2 days have passed. During that time, Hewan spent day and night in deep meditation, taking no breaks to drink nor eat, while Sam attempted to wake him from the trance repeatedly, but to no avail. Resigning to the fact that it's better to leave Hewan in peace, Sam took care of the camp, foraged for food, did whatever he could to keep boredom at bay. Finally, on day 2, Hewan woke with a cough. Sam ran to him and helped him to his feet. Hugh, are you alright? How long was I out? 2 days. I was ready to knock you out with a club, but thankfully you woke up first. 2 whole days? I swear it felt like an hour and a half at the most. So, learned anything in your little adventure? Not much, to be honest, and I'm struggling to make any sense out of it. The god I spoke to, or at least what remained of him, was so fragmented and incoherent, it proved nearly impossible to understand. However, even though I wasn't able to learn his purpose, I learned his name, Tevon Drosh. It's certainly not one of the greater 18 we know of today, but I have a feeling he was important deity at the time of the Ep3. The day before yesterday, you said he was seeking help. Indeed, he's seeking his long-lost identity. Great, so we're dealing with a forgetful god. I suppose we don't get any reward out of this, do we? No, but if we find out who this god was, learn his history, I'm sure he'll be thankful. Priests could know something about him. Indeed, and if they don't, the library at Suvith is sure to hold the answer. Well, do we know of any priests? Yes, we do. So, I guess we could make a run back to the priests. Priestess. I haven't seen any fast travel options yet, so we just have to do it this way every time. But it's fine. It's fine. That's the tent in the cave. That's the farmhouse. We saved the woman's husband. I love how the night sky on the bottom right corner changes throughout the day. Like it rolls like, I don't know, tapestry on two rollers. That is the dead guys, the brigands, or the, what else would you call them? Assassins, thieves, rogues, rapscallions, ruffians. Choose your descriptor. Well, let's see if they have a priestess that wants to talk to us. I'm sorry, but the priestess is feeling unwell and needs to rest. You'll have to return some other time. Damn. Hi, baby. She has nothing new to say. But that's fine. Because we're out of time for the day. This was The Next 30, Episode 3 of Call of Saregnar, the demo. If you'd like to see what happens next, stay tuned for the next episode. Or, if you'd like to play for yourself, check the link in the description below. It's a free download on Steam. Although I don't know when the release date's going to be. It says, whenever Dina decides. If you're new to my channel, welcome. But if you're a regular here, welcome back. Either way, maybe check out my other playlists and see if my other interests might be of interest to you. This is all I've got for you today, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Later.